uppercut, sonic boom! Hello there, humans of his earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and if you're lucky enough indeed to be doing it too, welcome back to the channel. I'm Bushkin. Today we're going to be doing a video on cheats, on hackers, on how bad this season has been, on how it's affected my gameplay, what it's made me do. I also want to talk about how you can spot everything, and the obvious stuff that people just don't talk about. I also want to mention, if you want to be the greatest PUBG Mobile player and top the leaderboards, I'll show you the KPIs you need to hit. Anyway, let's get on with the battle. And I just want to point out, this is all pretty much new footage. This is new footage. This is new stuff that I haven't showcased on channel before, because I've got a lot of hacker footage, cheat footage that I've not used here. This is a 15 minutes worth of footage, and I could make it go a lot longer. My thing that I want to do here is I want to talk about that there's nothing really happening at the moment that's going to affect the way this is going on. And we all know that it's a massive epidemic across all servers. There's no one server in particular that's going better or worse. Ouija and I decided to just go to duos, ace duos this season, rather than muck around with squads and all that kind of thing. We're just going to do something a little bit different. Play duos. Yeah, there's someone else. Yeah, someone else is talking in the chat. These guys just get a whole bunch of people talking the whole time. And we decided we just play duos. Well, a couple of days ago, we had a day where we played 8 games of duos. We won 3 of them, and we made 20 rating on the whole day after winning 3 out of 8. And that's because of guys like this, obviously. This is like us hot dropping at George Pol crates and running into idiots like this. This is Mr. Iconic. Mr. Iconic in Season 12 played 456 games with only 35 wins to get to ace. And he had a 2.19 KDR with a 19.8% headshot rate. In Season 13, Mr. Iconic played 109 matches to get to... Where is he at the moment? He's ace. He's ace in duos. And he got all the way up to 10.1 KD ratio and 37.5% headshot rate. Well done him from, I don't know what he did, buy a new gaming chair. You can see him using all those sound cues to decide that the guy he's after is in that crate right there. There's some really key indicators to all this. I'm going to point them out to you. One of them is that generally they've either got massive one-season jumps like this clown, Mr. Iconic, who couldn't play his way out of a paper bag, or they only have 1 or 2 seasons of PUBG Mobile experience, yet they are all over the leaderboards. I decided to go and try to get my ban pan. I haven't had it, despite being in the game for 12 seasons and reporting so many guaranteed legit hackers that we'd seen. So what I did was I jumped on and I just checked out everyone that was over 30% headshots, and I reported them. And within moments, I had 2 emails come back saying, 36.9%, there we go, 45.3%, this is your leaderboards, right? Immediately, bang, I got my ban pan. I reported anyone over 30% headshots in the top 100, took about 5 minutes, and I got a ban pan almost instantaneously. Because they're cheating. The top of the leaderboards are riddled with cheats, and they're not all cheats. I found quite a few conquerors when I was going through there who have just sweated it out, played large amounts of games with low KDRs. But the defining factor was next to no seasons, 1 season. If you want to be a super pro at PUBG Mobile, you need to have 1 season of experience. 1 season worth of experience, like this guy with his 62% headshot rate, who just hip-fired Mr. Ouija. This is the thing. This is why we are so against playing Erangel anymore. At least on Miramar, you get a chance to take them out with a bold action at range. I mean, headshots only, boys. This guy's a 62% headshot rate, 62%. He's got 1 season of experience, or maybe 2. Quite often you'll find they will have 2 seasons if they don't get caught in the previous season because they're paid enough for their cheats. And he's carrying a bloke at the moment on the Asia server. I'm going to show you the side-by-side so you can see him tracking me through walls and things like that. And what this means is that banning is pointless. We all want to see these guys banned, but it doesn't do anything, because PUBG Mobile's greatest strength is its accessibility for everyone. The reason it has so many players is it doesn't sell power. It's great. I love the game. It's a brilliant game that anyone can access, even with low-end devices. They can get into it and rip and tear and have a good time. And because of that, all you need is some kind of social media account, right? So these guys get done for one season. Then they get banned. I don't give a rat's. And they buy accounts from people. If you see guys like Mr. Iconic, the guy we showed earlier, there's every chance that that's a stolen account. And it's not the guy who originally owned the account. Because what they do is they fish and get people's accounts. Hack companies run phishing programs where they get people, they say things like, get free gold. And they jump in the general chat and say, oh, I got free gold at this site. And all you got to do is enter your username and password and bang, you'll get free gold. And bang, the account's gone and they sell it to a hacker for $50 and or $100 and they get to play with all the nice clothes. This guy just hit headshot after headshot. He cleared the entire end of the circle with headshots. And I was like, you know what? I'm at the point now where I'd rather just eat the circle than give a hacker or a cheat my kill. Like, I will just eat the circle. That's all I did. Just sat there and ate the circle. I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I can't get across that road. He headshots me every time I'm slightly visible. I'm just not going to give him the KD. Why would I? And that's kind of sad, isn't it? It's incredibly sad. I'm going to run you through how it works, how they look at the game. Here, watch this. This is one I recorded last week. As soon as I step through this window, he snaps around and just taps me out in the head. Head. Nothing else but head. Headshot only. He's driving along later in the game. Same game. He's looking up that hill on the right. Like, he's not a good player. He is really not a good player. And boom. Pulls in. Apropos nothing. He's just going to pull in and stop. And of course, almost immediately you hear. Problem is that up this mountain, there's two water towers. I'm going to show you. There's one there which has a guy on top of it, and there's one on the right over here that also has a guy on top of it. So he's constantly flicking between the two of them, figuring out when he can go up. And then he hears the guy on the right's jumped off, or rather sees it. And so he keeps looking to the left to make sure the guy on the left is not looking at him, so he can come up here and shoot this guy. And then he immediately runs into the water tower, looking to the left. There he is. You ready for the zoom? Here we go. Watch the molly come from exactly where his sight is. Like, he knows there's someone there. This is how we know there's someone there. Oh, hello. What a surprise. Spider sensors are going to activate as he's on the way up here. And watch this sudden, apropos nothing. Turn right. Oh, look, there's a target there. There's also a bot that's on the bottom left of the screen, and he wants to go kill the bot as well. He sees that the guy on the water tower is off and is now down the bottom left, so he's worried about that. Watch this. Looking to where the guy is, and then can I get the bot thirsted before he comes and peeks me? Oh, he's coming. I got to move. And then he finishes on with a headshot, because what self-respecting hacker would do anything but hit someone with a headshot? No skills. All filler, no killer. So we end up in this situation where we're running into these guys on a daily basis. We're getting no rating. We're getting 20 rating out of a day where we play 8 games and win 3. And I mean, obviously we play the same play style as these guys, these idiots. We drop hot, we push gunfights, we try to find squads to fight. So we keep ending up in the same game space as these guys, which is disastrous, obviously, and it's disheartening. So let's talk brass tacks. Banning them is doing nothing. Nearly all of these accounts are 1 season, 2 seasons, max 3 seasons, unless they're stolen, in which case you'll see accounts that just have sudden leaps of like 8 KDR. Or like the 10 KDR for Mr. Iconic was up from 2.29 the week before, but you've got to remember the season before, but you've got to remember the season before was a different form of KDR. So his old KDR was 2.19 kills per death. His new KDR is 10.1 kills per game, which is 18.35 kills per death. Like, it's even worse. And you get, this guy's a massive potato. Watch how he dies here. It's like so funny. He runs around jumping, headshotting everyone and thinks it's so cool. And he doesn't have his vault and his jump button separated, so he vaults the stairs in front of a dude. Like, what an idiot. So banning them isn't going to do anything. And it makes us feel better, but it doesn't do anything. Like, honestly, I mean, we, and me included, I've been just as guilty as this. Carry on like pork chops about this guy's still not banned, and lots of these guys are still active, and I couldn't be bothered chasing them because this guy here is an exact case in point. This is TB Tryboy, right? He's going to win this game and he's going to clear me, and he's going to do it because he's hacking. He's hacking his ass off. He's played 250 games this season. He's won 110 of them, and he's ranked #1 Terminator in Papua New Guinea. And basically, he's got no other seasons. It's a one-season account. A one-season account. Like, that is the #1 Terminator on a country list. A one-season account. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, no worries. Let's just randomly shoot me here. So what would banning this guy do? Absolutely nothing. Because part of the great allure of PUBG Mobile is his accessibility. So he'd just go and create a new email address, create a new Twitter account, log into PUBG Mobile, and he'd be back inside of half an hour. Well inside of half an hour, inside of 5 minutes. Like a lot of these guys who, because the hacks are not bound to accounts, they're bound to keys. These hacks, you've got to remember, are sold by massive hack businesses, these cheap businesses. Like there's a whole bunch of these different things like Sharpshooter and such, where these llamas that can't play the game get together and they have forums, like help forums. And they go, help, I can't get my headshots to work. And everyone's like, oh, I'll fix it for you, mate. Like, this is what you do. And like, seriously, they're out there patting each other on the back, helping each other fix their hacks. Like, it blows my mind that someone could want to do this. But, you know, here's his 68% headshot rate, 57% headshot rate over 100 games. Like, this guy's ruining a lot of people's games. Like, no other way around it. Like, this is how it happens. TB Tryboy. And they're not the best of players. They can't compete without them. Generally, that's why they use them. If they were good enough, they wouldn't bother. But the fact of the matter is, that doesn't really change anything. Warzone have gone to a two-factor identification thing. You need a phone number and an email address verified to get the account going. Obviously, it's not perfect, but it'd be an improvement. Would it injure PUBG Mobile's bottom line? Well, it's going to get to the point very, very soon where the bottom line is going to get injured because people just won't play the game. I know I've got a lot of patrons that just don't play anymore. There's quite a few patrons and sponsors of my channel that just don't play the game anymore because they're so sick of this. They want to play a fair game. They can play a fair game in a lot of other mobile things and they just don't play. So the onus is really on PUBG Mobile to get a solution to this. And if it means that they have to kick the accessibility of it, they might just have to do that. It's up to them though. It's not something I can do. I'll keep playing because I love the game. I'll play Miramar. Like, we're going to have a lot more Miramar content because this happens. This is a real thing. Like, I'm sick of playing. This is not footage I've used before. This is just pretty much this week. Like, this is literally just this week. And I've not even used all of it. I had a lot of people trying to give me footage and I'm like, guys, I got this. You don't need to give me footage. I got plenty of footage. And then you get guys like this who they intentionally set the hacks because you can set the cheats and the different things on the cheeks to certain ranges. Like, so headshots will only occur within 50 meters, or headshots will occur at 150 meters, but not within 50. All that kind of thing is completely customizable. And this guy had it set to no headshots. He had like a 10% headshot rate or a 8% headshot rate over 100 games. It was just amazing. Like, he went out of his way to make sure that he wasn't suspicious, to the point where it was the most suspicious thing in the world. And unless they can somehow find a way of silencing these companies, like, these guys, it's the weirdest business model where they wouldn't exist. They're just like parasites. They wouldn't exist if they didn't sell things that were illegal within the game. And you can't, it's very hard for PUBG Mobile to litigate against that. I hope they figure out a way of doing it. So ranking's off the table for me. A lot more Miramar. I'd love to play more FPP, but it's just as bad. There's cheats everywhere. And this season, it's a global pandemic and it's a in-game epidemic. I'll leave you with this last one. This has happened live on stream, and it's just like this guy's just one-shotting every vehicle. Everything gets one shot. Like, this is on stream. And people were telling me that I was a potato for dying to this guy. There he goes. One shot. Yeah. What are we going to do? We love the game. There's only one place to play it. I'll be here for a while. Love you, boys and girls. Look after yourselves and stay safe on the battlefield. Bye for now.
I 100% told you that it was suspect the way he killed me, and you idiots called me a grub for saying it. You said, am I gonna blame hacks every time I die? Last game we got teamed on by 3 people in a solos match.